Hello, my name is Emma Middleweek of TurnYourCorner.com. I am a PSYCH-K Facilitator, which is an energy psychology which changes negative subconscious beliefs into positive ones. Welcome to episode 3 of the science behind energy psychology and energy healing. The first 2 episodes, I just briefly explained how scientists have come across quantum physics and how I've taken different aspects of quantum physics to help explain energy work. So I'm taking it a stage further in this third video, and I'm going to ask as to whether can we rely on positive thinking alone in order to navigate our lives, and also how our energy needs to be in the present instead of locked in the past, because this is where we can find control in life, feel empowered, and absolute creativity. And finally, just to explain how energy work can help us to achieve this. So, can we just rely on positive thinking? Well, I mentioned in the previous video that the quantum physics has the law of attraction, which means that if we send up positive vibrations into the universe, then we will be attracting positive vibrations back, and how that can influence our reality. But the question is, how much influence can positive thoughts alone have on our lives? And the answer is that it does not ensure that only positive things manifest in our lives all of the time. And that is because we have interpenetrating energy fields from within us and from everything outside of us. And they're influencing each other all the time. So we can't always guarantee an outcome. And if we try to, then whenever outcomes happen that we haven't anticipated or we don't like, then we can make us feel out of control. And when we feel out of control, we can feel stressed. And when we feel stressed, that is when it leads us on to emotional, physical, or psychological illness. So a different way to look at it is that there is a big upside to when things don't turn out how we want them to. And the truth is that when this happens, they are the opportunities where we can learn, grow, and gain invaluable wisdom. And by looking at it this way, it means that positive or negative outcomes are no longer the issue, because there's no longer a downside to when things are not turning out how we think we need them to. We can just see the opportunity in everything. And when we focus on what we are meant to learn through each crisis, with this perspective, it is much, much easier to have a smoother journey on life's bumpy road. So what is the point of positive thinking if we can't be sure of positive outcomes? Well, if we have negative thoughts and beliefs in our conscious and subconscious, what that actually does is lock our energy into our past, and we become very attached to it. And that means that when our energy is attached to the past, it is not available for us to be able to use in the here and now. So positive thinking frees us to be able to be present. And by being present is where we have real, actual control in life. And we may not be able to control the outcomes, but what we can control is how we choose to perceive life around us and how we choose to respond to life events. And this means that we are free to be exactly who we want to be in that moment. Our identity and behavior is coming from who we are now, rather than the identity and behavior which has been downloaded into our subconscious when we were children from other people around us and our environments, because that is other people's programming, not exactly who we are. And when we do know who we are and we're in the present, it is this control over choice, which is what being empowered is all about. So when we are present, we are able to control how we perceive life and how we respond to life. And it is also where we are at our most creative. And we've come into this life to create. We have, the more creative we are, the more life force energy we have pulsing through us. And then we are open to new ideas, we are open to new ways of being, and we can really in the top position to reach our full potential in this particular lifetime. When we're bursting with life, we are at our very best. With energy, life force energy stuck in the past, this only serves to take our power away. So how best can we use energy work to achieve this? Well, there are a lot of energy modalities out there, and for me, it was with PSYCH-K. I used to have a very negative conscious and subconscious, and I saw the world through an extremely negative lens. And what the first step was to clear the negative subconscious beliefs and transform them into positive ones. And what this meant was that it freed up energy for me to find it much easier to become consciously aware of the thoughts and actions that I was having. And it was easier for me to stand back from situations and be more objective instead of being taken over by a wave of negative behavior and emotion. And the second step was to have my conscious and subconscious beliefs supporting each other, and for them both to be embracing a positive perception of life itself. So, for instance, I choose to embrace change. I choose to gain wisdom from any experience that I have, and I allow the wisdom that I have gained from all my experiences to be able to make better future choices. So, with my conscious and subconscious mind both positive, they're working together, and it is much easier for me to maintain being present and to be able to enjoy the benefits that come with that. Just to conclude, from these 3 videos, we can see and get a much clearer picture of the science behind energy work. And the more we learn about quantum physics, I do believe that our brains will adapt in order to be able to comprehend this quantum world. The main takeaway, I hope, that you can gather from this is to appreciate that we are less separated from each other and our energetic environments than our physical senses would have us believe. And because we're not separated, it pays for us to at least think about and be mindful of what energy vibrations we are putting out into the universe and the effects they may have on ourselves and others. I personally believe that by taking a holistic approach, which includes energy healing and the very best that conventional medicine has to offer, is going to be our best way forward for health and well-being. So I hope you enjoyed these videos. There's a lot more information on my website, turnyourcorner.com. And if you have any questions or are interested in PSYCH-K, then I'm always very happy for you to give me a call. And I just wanted to say thank you very much for listening.